change.
I am the change.
I am the change.
I am the change.
Hello and welcome to this week's segment of Be the Change. We are so happy to be here with you and have the opportunity to share of our thoughts and our message. Each week, we hope that you also benefit from what it is we have to say and benefit from our meditation. As we've been thinking on what we could share today, we're going to take a little diversion, if you will, from what we had originally planned on. There have been a few conversations and experiences that we have recently had, along with discussions that Becky and I have had just by ourselves and together about this particular subject that have created a desire within us to share more about this. As we've talked to individuals, as well as my own observation of people and what type of energy they are exhibiting, we have noticed a definite propensity within people who in one way or another just aren't happy.
So in Brian's message today, he's going to share with us some ideas on some things that can bring more happiness into our lives. As we start to feel happiness, however, sometimes we may find that our ego starts to sabotage us. Our ego is intimidated by happiness because it has no power over that frequency. It can tell us it's temporary, it's false, and that eventually we may lose happiness. So why even bother at all? Others around us may even steal our happiness. Misery loves company, but happiness stands alone is often a quote that we hear. In today's meditation, we're going to break free from the prison of ego and begin reconnecting with our true divine nature, that of spirit. I look forward to sharing this meditation with you.
So hello again. As we mentioned, we are focusing this week on happiness. So I want to throw out this question. And as I do, not only throughout the rest of this message, but during the coming days and weeks, think to yourself, take time, and come up with an honest answer about yourself. So here is the question. Are you happy? Now, as you think about this, I don't mean are you happy or unhappy at the way the world is going? Or are you happy with the current administration, for example? Or because you just got a raise at work? Or are you happy because you just got a new puppy? Or maybe your child or grandchild got a part in the school play. These all play a part in what transpires in our everyday life. But are you really happy? How are you feeling about yourself? How does your inner soul feel? Are you really happy? Think about that and let it sink in. As I said earlier, I look around and I don't see a whole lot of people who are radiating inner happiness. How about our relationship with our spouse or significant other? How about our relationships with others at work or our employment in general? How about our spiritual side? Are we happy with that? How about retirement? How is that treating us? These are all things we must ask ourselves as we try to determine the ultimate answer to this question. So now that we have started to think about this, what are some reasons as to why we may not be happy? physical health issues, again, relationship issues, spiritual issues, worry, fear, anxiety, doubt, etc. We all have those things that can and are weighing us down and not allowing us to feel fulfilled or happy in our lives. As we think on these things, I want to venture out and say there is one thing that is the weighing factor on determining where we are at with our own happiness. And that is me, myself, I. Let's go back to the very first segment we did on the very first day of this year to a statement we made. And I'm going to substitute the word happy in this statement in a couple of places where the word change was used. It goes like this, and I quote, "We live in an ever-changing world. We seek happiness in our outer world in hopes our inner world will become more satisfying or happy. We change houses, neighborhoods, cities, friends, companions, cars, jobs, hairstyles, and yes, even presidents, all with the expectation of maybe changing our world around us and making us happier. But what brings about happiness? What truly helps and makes us happy? It has to come from within. If we don't focus on our inner self and what will make us happy, we then will allow other outside influences to determine how we feel." End of quote. Those are some definite words for thought. So many times we worry about those things we cannot control. We let past issues or experiences linger without resolution, realizing one thing: they are in the past, and there is nothing we can do to change that. We think about those things that are coming up in the future. But again, how can we worry about that? How can we control that? We can, although, help mold and change the future through focusing on what is happening right now with us, in our lives, in our minds, and in our hearts. Let's focus on those things right in front of us, right now. Those things only we can control. Take time during this coming week to think on those personal things that are causing us unhappiness or non-fulfillment in our lives. Where appropriate, share those thoughts and feelings with those around you and with all of us on our Facebook page. Remember, we are all a team, working together for the same common goal. We are all different individuals with different backgrounds, thoughts, and philosophies right here, and we can draw from all of that. We hope to hear from you. As always, keep up with the repeating of the 4 phrases: I am good, I am well, I am loved, I am the change. And I can't stress enough to take the time each day to separate ourselves from the world and meditate with Becky. Her meditation this week follows hand in hand what I have shared here, and I believe will be a support and help to all of us in transforming ourselves into a happier state. I want to thank personally all of those who have shared with us and how these meditations have helped them in their own personal lives. So until next week, be good, be well, remember you are loved, and like us all, we are desirous to become the change we want to see in ourselves. Have a blessed week.